The organisation Undoing Tax Abuse is calling for the resignation of Higher Education Minister Dr. Blade Nzimande, as well as the Nsfas board chairman Ernest Khosa. Outa says it has voice recordings as evidence to support their call. Now, the recordings detail two meetings between Khosa and a representative of a service provider, which reveal how service providers allegedly paid millions of rands in kickbacks to Nzimande and Khosa, as well as at least 1 million rand to the South African Communist Party. Both Nzimande and Khosa have denied the allegations, with the minister threatening to take legal action. Joining me now for more on this is Outa Investigations Manager Rudie Heyneke. A very good morning to you. Thank you so much for your time. I mean, it really seems like a matter of he said, she said, but you have recordings that were taken. Talk to us about some of your biggest concerns here as you make this bold call for the minister's head as well as the Nsfas board chair.
Good morning, Paul. Yes, there are serious allegations made in that recordings. And, you know, when you receive information like this, you cannot just sweep it under the carpet, sit back and do nothing. And that's why we expose this, and we are calling on the law enforcement agencies to take these recordings and to take our allegations further and investigate it so that there can be a clear outcome on this matter. You know, you mentioned the amounts in the recordings, and they're the gentlemen that were, you know, in the meetings. They alleged that there was a war chest that was developed with 6 million rand for the use of Mr. Khosa and the minister. They, on more than one occasion, talk about the sponsorships or the monies that were paid to the South African Communist Party. And at one stage, the one gentleman alleged that you know, they had to pay Mr. Khosa 1.2 million rand from the proceeds or from the money that they had on the contract that they were busy, the direct payment scheme's money that they ought to use for expenses and like the bank cards and so on, and they paid that over. So there are serious allegations, and I think that is why we made this bold call.
Yeah, and Nsfas is not taking your calls lying down. In fact, the board's chair, Ernest Khosa, has since sent out a statement expressing outrage, dismissing very strongly the suggestions that you're saying that he's pocketed money meant for him, Minister Nzimande, the SACP, and other stakeholders. They're threatening legal action. Looking at that response, I mean, what is your reaction as it seems that a legal action matter is looming? Is there enough ground for you to take this to court?
Well, it is up to the minister. I see that he threatens with legal action as well as Nsfas. It's up to them to make that decision. We stand by what we have and what we presented to the public. And, you know, the recordings are out there. We've published it. It is on our website. And everyone can listen to that and make up their own mind. I also see in the statement of Nsfas that now all of a sudden they say that we will implement the Werksman's recommendations.
Yes.
Why only after this call? You know, those recommendations came out months ago, and now 3 months down the line, almost 3 months down the line, now they're saying that we will act on that. And it's not only the cancellation of the contracts of the service providers. Werksman's recommended, you know, more than that. Disciplinary hearings of the Nsfas employees who were involved with the evaluation and adjudication of this contract. So now all of a sudden they say that they're going to act on that. But it is very, you know, interesting that during the conversations that were reported, the service providers on multiple occasions, you know, talked about and asked Mr. Khosa, you know, to extend any cancellation at least for 3 or 4 months. And these recordings were dated in August 2023. And if you put that together with what they are saying now, it is exactly what happened, is that Nsfas waited for 3-4 months before they acted on the Werksman's recommendations to terminate the contracts.
And of course, this had a very direct impact on students, especially insofar as accommodation is concerned, because thousands were left without it at the start of the academic year. What do these recordings now prove, and just really give us a sense of the inner workings of what's happening with the board and the department?
Well, first of all, I want to say that, any action by the minister or the chairperson, the board, the management of Nsfas and the service providers, any action, has an impact on the students. And it's a million people that they are, there's an impact on. And that is why this is so serious. I also see that Nsfas said that we didn't want to try to engage with them. Talking about the accommodation situation, we prepared an investigation report on the accommodation tenders, and we sent our findings to Nsfas, and up until today we've only received an acknowledgement of receipt. No engagement from their side saying, listen, let's tackle this problem, because there are problems. There will not be enough accommodation available for students. And in 2 weeks' time, students will be coming back to the universities and the TVET colleges to start the academic year. And we have warned Nsfas and said, listen, your accreditation process of the accommodation is not, on par. There was only in October, they reported to Parliament that there's only 6.5% of the beds that they need. At that time, it was accredited. They need almost 400,000 beds, and only 25,000 were accredited in October. I don't know what's the situation and the numbers right now, but it's difficult for me to believe that they would have, accredited 350,000 beds between October and now.
With the statement, Nsfas has also hit back, on top of denying not wanting to have engaged or not giving you grounds to engage with them. They've also said that they respect civil society organizations, but what is now apparent is that Outa is gradually drifting away from claimed high moral values and as an impartial organization by perpetually venturing into politics informed by the quest to influence the South African political landscape. They've said that. And also saying that they're concerned that your successive investigative reports are characterized by the advocacy for business interests of some individuals and companies who might have unsuccessfully attempted to solicit business from Nsfas. What do you say to that?
Well, let's talk about the last statement first.
Yeah.
I don't have any idea who they are talking about, that we are so-called, let's say vouching for a specific individual or a company or whatever. Our reports are out there. They're all public. You can go and read them. The public can go and read them. And we have never vouched for anybody. We have made comparisons about companies that did get the tenders, some of the tenders, and companies that did not get it, but we haven't promoted any business for anybody. On the matter of getting involved in politics, that is absolute nonsense. Outa has never been involved in politics. We don't have any. We're not going to get involved into politics ever, because then we will lose what we are doing, and I believe what we are doing well, and that is to keep and to hold, government to account and the public sector to account. So that is also far-fetched and that's not going to happen.
Very well. Thank you so much. We're going to have to leave it there for now. Outa Investigations Manager Rudie Heyneke there, just responding to how Nsfas has hit back at some of the suggestions being made and the recordings that show a meeting and some of the allegations within it.